So tell everyone who you are and where you're from.
My name is Danielle. I'm from Glassboro, New Jersey.
And how old are you?
43.
43 from Glassboro, New Jersey. So tell us what your life was like growing up there in Glassboro, New Jersey.
I grew up in a Christian home. We went to church every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. My parents were in a very legalistic church. So we learned at very young ages that the Lord was a God of wrath and angry with us when we made bad decisions.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can imagine, the mindset and what that led to. So tell us a little bit about your experience with that church, and then how did that carry into your teenage years and your adult years?
I kind of didn't want anything to do with God. Around the age of 15, we left the church that we were attending. There was things going on in the church that weren't pleasing to the Lord, I guess you could say. And I just went my own way. I went to a public school and I started drinking and using drugs at 16.
16, okay. And so you are 43, so you came here when you were 42. So fill us in on 16 to 42. What are the circumstances in your life that unfolded that led you to seeking help, residential discipleship?
I started using, like I said, at an early age. It didn't stop through my 20s. I was addicted to every drug you could possibly imagine. I had 2 children with different fathers. I was in a lot of abusive relationships. So I wound up with felony charges and looking at prison time. And I just didn't want anything to do with the Lord at all. I just wanted to live my own way. And eventually in 2023, I lost everything that I had worked for. I was in the worst abusive relationship I had ever been in. I was on the verge of losing my son, Julian. And I made the decision to make a phone call to people that I knew actually really cared about me. And I came here.
Yeah, I remember clearly. Okay, so tell us, how old are your 2 sons now?
15 and 8.
15 and 8. And so when you called to come here, you had Julian, who was 7 at the time?
Yes.
Okay, so best decision you've ever made, if you ask me. So tell us what that was like for you, making that choice and then coming into the program. Like, what was the process for you of, kind of settling in and surrendering?
Well, when I got here, I obviously wanted to run out the door because I knew I had to face all of my, all the problems that I had created. I had a lot of wreckage from my past that I had to just sit with the Lord with. And I was so used to running from everything all the time that my instant first reaction was, I want to get out of here. I can't deal with it. Julian wasn't with me for the first 3 months. So it was really hard because I had never been away from him for a long period of time. So we both kind of struggled, but he was in a super safe place. And while he was there, he started to just grow. And he's not even the same child that he was when we first were here. I spent a lot of time praying and reading my Bible constantly the first few months. And the Lord spoke to me through Isaiah one time in my room, and I finally understood that I was chosen and I was called here and this is where I was meant to be. So everything just became so much easier when I gave it all to him.
Amen. And so you are our first mom to be in the mom's house with your son. So the transition into the house and then starting working and getting involved in the community, what has that been like for you?
It's been really amazing, but scary at the same time. I'm just always waiting for the other shoe to drop or the ground to fall out from underneath of me, and it doesn't. It just keeps getting better, and the blessings are absolutely amazing. I have care for Julian that I never thought I would have. And he has a village around him that love him very much. We've been surrounded by just gracious and loving people. And I really see the true love that God has for both him and I. My mom moved here recently in June, which was huge because she's a huge help to me. And the doors just opened when we started praying for her to move. The doors opened for her to be able to be here with us. So
Totally the Lord that worked out all those details. And it's like you said, it becomes so much easier when we just surrender, and then He orders our steps and He stays in front, we stay behind, and things start really opening up.
yeah,
Okay, so wow, it's been an amazing year.
yeah.
Lord has done a great work in you, your family, your son. And so what is next for you? What are your plans?
So next I'm going to keep working, keep raising Julian, staying around here. We don't want to go back to New Jersey. I'm gonna do the internship for the women's shelter, which I'm really excited about. And I feel like after all that I've been through and Julian's been through, that I just want to let the Lord really work through me and show other women and just people around us that He loves us no matter what.
Wow, sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Well, we're very excited to have you step in and do an internship part-time so she can still work and raise her son. And we're super blessed to have you and your mom, Carol, here in our fellowship. And very exciting to see what the Lord is going to do in His future. So, all right, well, thank you so much for sharing your testimony with us. And I love you.
I love you too.